What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how wide receivers can avoid taking choppy steps at the top of the route, okay? So now we're looking at two routes, the exact same route against the exact same coverage from A.J. Brown, okay? So now, the thing about taking choppy steps at the top of the break, so many wide receivers do it because they don't know how to cut off of steps, and they just don't have the confidence in making a break off of a single step, nor do they have like maybe the ankle stability or the knee stability. So this first route from A.J. Brown, this isn't the best route, but what he does is he starts chopping his steps right before the break. And the problem with that is that's just an indicator, right? As soon as you start chopping the steps, you lose speed. So therefore, you're going to lose explosion out of the break and you're going to lose that drive off of the cut. But also when you start chopping your steps, that's one of the indicators that the DB looks for. He's not looking at your feet, but a DB can feel when you change speed, when you change stride. So he's going to be all over this route. So one thing that wide receivers can do is learn how to run routes off of steps. Okay, so this is something that you can do while you're training. This is something you could do on your own time without even a quarterback to help you guys break in full stride. So again, we watch it again, full speed. Again, choppy steps at the break, does not break off of a step, clearly anticipating it. Now, this is the exact same route against the exact same situation. We have an outside shade DB and I have to run the outside breaking route. So where do you think you want to attack? You want to attack the outside shoulder the inside shoulder, the inside shoulder. Because if I attack the inside shoulder, he could flip his hips to the fade and then I could break this thing off. But if you're running up and you start chopping your steps right before, that DB is going to keep his leverage outside and you're going to end up running right into him. So I have to keep that speed until the last possible second. And that's what A.J. Brown does right here. And he goes off of steps, his fifth inside step on the break. Now, his outside foot is up. In the last clip, his outside foot was up also as well. Outside foot was up. So, same idea. But instead of taking choppy steps, he goes off of his fifth inside. So let's play at full speed. So he goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breaks this thing right off. That is how you have to run routes, fellas. That is how I can run routes efficiently. But when you see here, when he hits his fifth outside step, right? So he goes here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the choppy steps start happening. Then he hits the fifth outside, right? And those choppy steps cannot happen. Indicator. So how can you practice going off of steps? So when you guys are running routes and you guys are going at your school, whatever, every single route should be off of steps, right? Like even if in your terminology, in your playbook, it's, hey, receiver, you're going to be running a 12 to 10-yard comeback. You shouldn't think of it like that. You should be thinking, okay, 12 yards, that's my third inside. Or you should be thinking 12 back to 10-yard curl. Okay, that's my fourth outside. You got to be thinking that way when you're training. Now, when it's press coverage, different situation. You're trying to get to a landmark. But when it's zone coverage, dude, everything's off of steps. That's how you break in stride because that's how you can prepare for it. Now, I'm going to break down the main thing about this clip is like we want to talk a little bit about ankle stability, right? Because it is much easier said than done. Hey, you're going to run full speed and make a break off of one step. How do you actually do that? What are the mechanics behind breaking on a dime? But before I get into that, fellas, I want to talk to you guys about a great opportunity this offseason that we are offering. We are traveling out to 6 different cities across the U.S. for 2-day-long quarterback and wide receiver training camps. So the next city on our camp tour is going to be Atlanta, Georgia. Then we're coming out to Columbus, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, and Los Angeles, California. So for 2 whole days, 4 hours each day. So you guys are getting 8 hours of training with us. We're going to be covering a lot of wide receiver techniques, press releases, route running techniques. We'll have DBs out there as well to work on one-on-ones and live game realistic aspects of the game. So check out that very first link in the description below, fellas, if you guys would like some more information on that and just be able to sign up. Again, spots are limited. We're only limiting it to 10 to 12 guys per position group. So things are going to be really small and really small scale because we actually want to take the time to develop you. Camps all the time, just run kids through the gamut. How fast can we get this many drills done? It's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to give you quality reps. Maybe you don't get 1,000,000 reps, but you probably will because we have you 4 hours each day. But you're going to get coached. And that's the most important thing. It's about teaching you guys the right way to play the game. So let's right back to this video. But again, very first link in the description below if you want some more information on that camp. So now, when you guys make that cut going full speed off of one step, you got to have ankle stability. You got to have knee stability. So how do you develop that? There are a lot of things you could do, but a lot of one-legged exercises. Get in the gym, do a lot of one-legged exercises because that will develop that strength and allow you to absorb that force of running full speed and cutting on a dime. Now, when you strike the ground, you see how A.J. Brown, when he strikes this ground, where is he striking? Whole foot gets down. Not his heel first, not his tippy toes. It is the arch of the foot, right? That arch of the foot is where that explosion will get you. That arch of the foot right there. that is where we want to strike the ground, whether it's a post route, whether it's a corner route, whether it's an out route. Because that arch will allow you to be able to put the brakes on because it's still an explosive step. It's your whole foot, and it won't lead to injury because a lot of wide receivers will strike with their heel first. That heel strikes, that puts a lot of pressure on your knee and your ankle, as you saw with Odell Beckham in the Super Bowl. And again, that was a freak accident. It wasn't like he was trying to make that cut, but he struck the ground with his heel first. And that all that weight shoots up, and that puts a ton of pressure right here. So arch of the foot, number one, and make sure so when I strike off of that, I can push off of it. And when I push off of the cut, that helps me keep that acceleration out of the break that I had into the break. So that's the main thing, fellas, when it comes down to this type of break. When you want to stop chopping your steps, start going off of steps. Don't chop before the break. Don't go off of yardage. Start counting your steps. Make sure that you're developing that ankle stability, knee stability, leg strength, and make sure that cut has the correct form. Let's watch the thing again, full speed. All those things will help you guys correct that habit of slowing down and chopping your feet before you are making a break. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. We always appreciate the feedback, and it's always great to hear from you guys as well. So any kind of video suggestion is always much appreciated. And again, fellas, if you'd like to come out and get some work in with us, we're traveling to 6 different cities this offseason. Check out that very first link in the description below if we were coming to one of your cities, or if you'd like to travel out to get some work in with us. Very first link below, like I said. I'll see you guys next time.